Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and we can always come first to quench your thirst. I'm your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Her. And if you have some tea, well, you know what to do. Hit me up. I'm not drinking anything, y'all. I really have not gone to grab anything to drink and to break the fourth wall. I literally just been doing podcast after podcast to just this other podcast, and I ain't had time to go grab another drink. I guess I could have took the time. I just didn't. I'm lazy. I didn't feel like getting up. But you know what I do have? My cup mug. And I keep it with me all the time. Period. And you can get your cup mug at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship domestically and internationally, so there are no excuses. Well, little, there's some. If your country is on fire, or underwater, then there's some excuses. But we are praying for your safety here at the Cup. Our thoughts and our prayers go out to you and yours, and we hope that everyone is safe and stays safe. But once you get back to a sense of normalcy in your life and everything gets you're over the hurdle that is out there for you, you know what you can celebrate with? Cup merch. Celebrate with that. Get that. Period.
Absolutely. And hola, I am Eduardo, the Mexican representative of this podcast. I'm here to talk shit and get hit. I'm still drinking water because, just like Lana, this is my third podcast of the day, and Lord knows I need some way to survive. So, this water is what I'm holding on to for a dear life.
Word.
Well, hello guys, it's your favorite black queer content creator, KaMorian, aka the Sparkling Alien, and I know it's my first podcast. I've been working hard from 7 o'clock this morning to now. But I'm
KaMorian said,
here.
I'm still tired, boo.
Lord.
And before we begin, I just want to wish a special prayer to Liam Payne and his family. We know the sad news that happened yesterday. Fortunately, I'm sad to hear those news, but a special prayer to his family, his friends, anybody who was a fan of One Direction. I was a fan when I was younger, so I know it's some heartbreaking news, but I think he's in a better place. Just wish you all the prayers in the world and who has been affected by this outcome of tragedy news yesterday before we begin.
Absolutely.
Yep.
But we are here to talk about Dancing with the Stars, week number 4. Finally, we're at a point where it's just one dance.
One dance.
It's just one dance.
Finally,
We
a
don't have two
single
night
dance.
premieres, two night things. It's just one single dance. So this shouldn't take us forever to talk about because it's one dance. But before we jump into it, y'all know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, all those things to let us know that you are supporting us and we appreciate you. Our other podcast links are in the description below. We are a part of a network, so hit the link in the description below. Our link tree to get all of our podcast links, our audio podcast links, and our Patreon link if you want to get early access and exclusive content across all 4 of our channels. So check out our Patreon. This week on Dancing with the Stars was dedication week, y'all. It's the tug at my heartstrings week. It's the emotional grab me a tissue week, baby. That's what I like to call it. It's the grab me a tissue week because everything is always so sweet. And this did not disappoint. This was a sweet moment. And we had some moments I was like, unexpected, but still sweet.
Yeah,
And so
Lord, I cried. I
I
cried
did.
watching this episode, and I don't know if we should talk about it now or if we should wait until it actually
No,
happens.
because this is. I think when last time something like this happened, we talked about it first, and because when it was Lynn, we talked about when Lynn passed, and so this week we're gonna start off with the most like just emotional moment in the show, and that is Derek having a dance with his wife Haley, who has come back from having a near death, like serious condition, a brain in her brain. And I know they said the name of it, but I don't know the name of it. But she was almost out of here. And it's a miracle that she is still here. And now, not only is she still here, but she is on the dance floor and she is doing what she loves to do. I don't know about y'all, but I've been a fan of hers since she was on So You Think You Can Dance, and so I loved her, and so now I'm like, I love that her with Derek and that they get to woo, not me knocking stuff over, but that they get to share their passion and this, ugh, this dance, this from the package, ugh, from
Mhm.
the package and them talking and reliving everything that happened, I was just like, "Oh my god!" I remember when the news came out that that she collapsed at the tour and all of that stuff, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's horrible." I hope she's okay. I hope everything is, and then the journey but to see him relive it and talk about it, and then to see her walk into on that dance floor looking absolutely stunning, like she never missed a beat. I uh sobbing.
Mm.
The most beautiful dance I've ever seen. Just
Mhm.
sobbing. I'll stop. Y'all go. Oh,
I just truly, Derek and Haley won this episode. Like, I know we don't like, we normally don't score like opening acts or anything like that. If we could score this, this would get a perfect score, tens across the board. This was such a beautiful dance, and it was so touching, and I felt so much emotion just simply watching it, and then like just the entire explanation of like it's truly a miracle that Haley is standing here, not only just alive, but being able to dance and do the thing that she loves most. Like it just destroyed me, and I was just crying my eyes out because I was already crying when the dance was happening, because doing a dance to really show this kind of emotion is so tough, and they did it so beautifully. And not only was it just a beautiful dance, it was just everything about it was wonderful. And on the latter note, after this happened, every other dance kind of looked like bad in comparison, because this dance was just so beautiful, in and out, everything surrounding this. It was just so much emotion. It was kind of overwhelming, but like just hearing the story again, and just I am just so glad that Haley's okay and just is able to be here. And like this, I felt it as if it was my own like person, and that's tough to do. And so I'm just glad I got to witness this. I'm so glad I got to see this, and I'm just in awe of seeing this.
Yeah, this moment, wow, I'm gonna tell you, not a tear was dry from my eye. It was, it just kept on coming down and down, like such a beautiful moment. I'm just like, just having to re-witness what he had to go through for so many months of that experience. Like, with the doctor told her it was like a slim chance that she was going to survive, a slim chance. But to me, I know there's a God, and I'm so grateful that God is like, you know what? I'm not gonna let Haley leave you. She has more stuff she wants to do with you. There's more that she needs to give you, and I'm gonna let her reach you more. You know, like I felt that, like I felt that was God's power, and like I believed in that moment. So I'm grateful to God that He gave Haley a second chance to spend more time with Derek and really grow, because I really see them having a family. I did see the future of what they are as a couple, and just seeing them dance. Oh my God, I was so moved. I was like, oh, it was one of the best moments of the night, without a doubt. But I'm not gonna lie, when we get to that couple, I was kind of like, whoever thought it was cool to put that next dance after what we just witnessed between them two was some shady stuff with production. Because Who thought to put that mess after that emotional inspiration performance? Who thought that was a smart idea? As I always say, but happy, I'm so happy that she's doing well, and very excited for the future of their relationship and their family going forward in the future.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I loved it. Um it was what can you say? What
Mhm.
can you say about that dance that it's just beautiful. It it was
Yeah.
beautiful.
Standing
It's just beautiful.
ovation.
Absolutely. They win the night, they win the whole thing, period. But let's get into the week. Um that's not the one I want because it makes us look smaller. There's the one I want. Okay. Uh let's
Mhm.
try not to talk about who goes home until we get to it. To my
Mhm.
slide, please. And thank you.
Mhm.
Of course,
I
of
just want to put
course.
that out there. Thank you. And it is in the order of the dances. So we start with Chandler and Brandon. KaMorian, we will start with you on their contemporary dance.
Mm, Production, I'm mad at you that you put her first because I feel like she would have got a higher score if she was put at a different order of the ranking. But I would say, what a beautiful performance for her mother. First wearing them in yellow, they look so beautiful in yellow. She just felt so angelic. Her technique, like there was there was mostly a lot of beautiful moments in this dance. Beautiful technique. I will say it was a couple of wobbles, but without that, it was still amazing routine. Like I was moved and touched. Like I felt with this dance, I felt like she was really doing it for her mom. So when it came to critiques, like, oh, you're not really giving enough, or you're not really kind of like sharing your story, I was kind of like, what are you talking about? This is for her mom. Like, I feel like she was actually really performing for her mother who was in that audience, really in the audience. So for you to say that, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna, so when it came to her, like, her feedback, I could tell she was kind of her bad response, kind of like, dang, like, you didn't think I didn't put enough emotion, you know what I mean? I feel like I did the best I can for my mom, you know what I mean? So I could tell she was very hurt by that comment for real. But I will say it was a couple of wobbles, but to me, I didn't agree with the score that got it. I felt it was too underscored, but I agree with the Wallace. But I think it was still definitely one of the top, at least one of the better performances of the evening. You have to be honest. Just keeping it real.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, like, there were a few things here and there, but Chandler's just such an amazing dancer, and she's so good at what she does that when she does stumble, even if it's a little bit, people are gonna notice like that pretty quickly. And also because like I've seen a lot of people being like, she's a professional dancer. She's had like training before, like people are saying that like she maybe shouldn't even be able to compete because she has this advantage. But I think this score really proves that like it doesn't matter if you are like a trained dancer, like people are still gonna underscore you. And like when you have those little wobbles, people are gonna see them. And like this is the cons of being such a good dancer, because once you have those little mistakes, people are gonna see them and maybe gonna be harsher on you than they should be. I think this dance was near perfection for me. This was so beautiful. This was just really well done. It was super fluid. It was super confident. I felt the emotion, so I didn't understand what they were saying when they said like that she didn't push hard enough, because I didn't see that push. I just I think she deserves praise. I truly don't think that she's getting enough praise from the judges, because she is a professional dancer and like people are expecting these unimaginable heights from Chandler, and it's really tough to live up to those like expectations. And so were there stumbles? Sure. Were they that bad? No. I would have given them a higher score. They deserve better. I think this dance was really great.
I thought this dance was good. I really did. I thought it was really good. My issue is I think Chandler. has peaked very early in this competition, and people expect so much from her. Like, I think she started off so strong, and that they expect her to continue to go in that trajectory. And when she doesn't, when she's, when she has a couple of stumbles here and there, it looks worse for her than it would do for like Alona or for Steven, even when they've done well, but they haven't done to the point of Chandler. Like, she started off so strong. So I think this is a moment where she just didn't hit what they thought she should hit. And then this being a contemporary number, I'm thinking they probably expected a little bit more, which I get. And also feel like this is not a bad thing for Chandler. I think her getting these critiques are not a bad thing for her, because I feel like this is the point where they tell her something, and because if you continue to give her praise all the time, how does she grow? That she needs this swift kick in the butt to continue a fire to light her to keep going, because honestly, Joey is surpassing her. And if she wants to stay at the top, she needs to get that swift kick in the butt to do it. And if she can't do it, I think this is a good thing for her. It's like, oh, they're not feeling me like this, so maybe I need to step it up a little bit. So I don't think this is a bad thing. I thought this dance was okay. It wasn't her best dance, but it wasn't the worst dance at all. Like, never that. Of course.
I would have still given it a nine. It was still a nine performance for me. I feel like
Yeah,
had she been like put it in in a different ranking, like maybe like some like issues like the fourth or fifth or sixth, like in that category, I feel like she would have gotten a nine for this. But she was the first one, think about it, the first kind of dance, kind of like the first score to kind of set the bar going forward as the night goes on. But I mean, I'm fine with the eights. You know, what I mean, her lower scores has been eight, so I'm not mad about it. But it was still a nine for me personally, a nine for me.
yeah. Chandler always, for me, gets tense, and so the fact that she stumbled even the slightest bit, like, it does bring it down a little bit. So it is a nine for me, but it's still really, really good.
Hmm.
I agree with the judges. I gave it an 8.
That's absolutely
Okay.
fine.
I was think
You see, I
up
agree with the score more. I
up
think this score is better.
next is Steven doing the Argentine tango. Eduardo, we'll start with you.
Okay, this dance was tough. This has to be one of the hardest dances that we've seen this season, and like, now knowing how like little Steven sees when he doesn't have his glasses on, because before I didn't know. I knew that like he needed glasses and that his like vision was a little like complicated and that he had some issues with depth perception. I didn't know how bad they were until I read someone else say like, "Oh, I have the same condition." It's tough. It's really tough. And so now knowing that, that even like makes it higher for me, because not like going from pommel horse, like really good pommel horsing, to doing this really like tough choreo. I'm just surprised. Like, it's so surprising, and Steven can keep up, and I am seeing growth from Steven. Like, I am seeing better musicality, and I like he was able to like do well. There's still some things here and there. Like, he still needs to like really, really like hone in like that musicality, because that
Mhm.
really is like the thing that he's struggling with the most. But I'm seeing growth, and honestly, like as I said, going from pommel horse to this dance, I was gagged.
Okay. Uh, yeah. I mean, first it was when he came and did his little, signature move. I was like, ooh, okay, okay. Like he was in it. The second he was on that at the whole hormone, he was in it. Definitely his best dance of the season. I feel like actually, I feel like this is the potential that I had to kind of be like. I feel like Steve was gonna get in the beginning, but I'm kind of glad that we kind of worked him. I'm kind of glad he got Bruno. 'Cause I think Bruno was the hardest judge out of all the judges. I think has been hard on Steven the most. when it comes to the technique. So I was very glad that he had him as his mentor. And I think definitely Bruno working with him definitely really helped him with his technique. There's still some wobbles in the air that he needs to fix. So, but still, it was his best routine yet, and he's going in the right direction. And I feel like he's actually on taking, like he's actually really becoming a really good dancer and really owning himself and on his like his performance ability has gotten better every week. He's getting more confidence now, confidence booster. Uh, yeah.
Absolutely. I think this is a great dance for him. Um, he looked strong, but I need him to look strong, like get in the holds and hold it strong and look because when you do, especially in like the Argentine tango, it's a very the man is the leads and he's like the very masculine lead and he's taking up charge and I want him to look like get that stance and hold that the posture. But I think and he can do it because he's a strong little man. It takes some strength to do what he's doing on that pommel horse. He just needs to, like you said, just hone into the musicality of it all and work on like the character of an Argentine tango. I think that's what it is. He needs to work on the character. And I know it's hard because he's not an actor, he's an athlete. And you don't have to go into character. But when I need him to get in that zone like he does when right before he does the pommel horse. Like get into the zone of I am this strong uh tango dancing man and just woof, and take her and like I wanted him to grab Riley and pull her to her like and when she's doing those leg flicks and all that stuff like I wanted it to be stronger but he looked good and I was not mad at this dance at all. Of course.
It's gonna be an eight. Actually, at 8.5. 8.5.
Not
Eight point
8.5.
five.
I was about to say if I could give an 8.5, I would, but since I saw improvement, I'm gonna give
Mm-hmm.
him a 9.
Alright.
8 for me. I think it's a good score. I think he did
Yeah.
good.
Mm.
Up next we do have uh
Whew.
Danny and Whitney Contemporary. I will let you go, KaMorian.
Mhm.
Whew. Let me tell you, we all agree this was the surprise of the evening, and without a doubt for me, the best of the evening. Oh my God, I had never seen a breakthrough moment ever. Like, we tell you, like, what I love when someone has a breakthrough moment on this show, it's a powerful moment, and that was Danny's right here from his story and who was in the dance to. Like, you can tell he felt that performance. Like, he went to, like, it's actually the first time I actually see him, like, really, like, feel something and actually let go and actually give it his 100%, like actually really in the dance. Like he really, that was amazing. I'll shout out to Whitney because Whitney, I know when it comes to contemporary for Whitney, Whitney always does it. This was such an amazing, definitely his best dance without a doubt. And for me, I definitely the best of the night in my opinion. It was just such a moment. I feel like after this, I was like, now we're getting into it. Now to me, I was like, it's good dances, you know what I mean. But definitely the tears came down when he came on the floor. That's when it shook me. I was like, oh Lord, I'm gonna cry. Get together. But baby, like definitely he amazing. So I think if he could keep this up, he can definitely somehow last his way to the end. Maybe make it farther than I thought he was gonna make it farther too. So, but the thing is, after this week, I think hopefully he needs to stay consistent, keep bringing stuff like this. 'Cause I think it's gonna get more of the public to vote for you. And actually, so you know what, he has more potential. I see him making it to the end, making it further. You know what I mean? But definitely,
Mm-hmm.
definitely an improvement. His best dance. I'm so proud of him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I have to agree. This is definitely his best dance. Like, I think overall, what really helped, like, Danny really break out tonight was Whitney's choreo. I think Whitney really, really put in the work. As you said, Whitney does incredible contemporary work, and this just showed it again. Like, this is such good choreo, and Danny was able to keep up and do really well. I will say though, I saw some moments in which the emotion kind of
Mm.
left his face. there were like two moments like where like for as like a second I saw that emotion that he was trying to express kind of leave his face for like a second, because I think for a second he was thinking about like, oh, what was I supposed to do right after this? All right, and then immediately got back into it. I maybe I'm nitpicking because like I I'm really focused on seeing that improvement from Danny, and there was an improvement from Danny in that scenario. But as I said, I think I'm really nitpicky because that has been Danny's overall biggest critique. And I think so far he's doing great, but I think there's just like one small step that he needs to take, and he's gonna be fully there. But I'm saying this as if I didn't like the dance. I think this dance was incredible. This was also one of the best dances of the night. Like, I'm just really nitpicking here because I really want Danny to break out even more because I saw this potential tonight, and I really want him to break out even more. And so I'm excited, and I want him to just really hone in.
You are definitely nitpicking. You
That's
are
fine.
definitely nitpicking.
My score isn't
But
gonna
this,
reflect that. I'm just gonna say it.
this was one of those dances that I just was like, how did this make me feel? How did this make me feel? My love for this dance was how it made me feel. And it made me feel so emotional. So, like, moments I wanted to cry, moments I was smiling, moments, all the emotions just wrapped into one. It was such a beautiful dance. Whitney definitely deserves her flowers for this choreography because it was beautiful. The strength of Danny and what he can do is was amazing. Like, he that's what I love about seeing athletes do contemporary work because they're already so strong that it just makes it, they can do so much in the contemporary dance. And he just moved with so much ease and so much grace. And it was so, uh, it was my favorite dance of the night. It was everything I wanted to see in a contemporary dance. I have no notes, no notes whatsoever. Scores.
Definitely, I'm gonna give Danny his highest score yet for me, a 9.
You see, I agree. I was nitpicking, but the score is still there.
I gave Danny a 10 because, baby, that
Woo!
made me feel so good to watch. I watched it 5 times. No lie.
Mhm.
It was just that good. No lie.
Mhm.
Whew, loved it. The White with Daniela doing the rumba. Eduardo, we'll start with you.
Okay, so I think Dwight did a pretty good dance here. I will say, I my biggest critique of this dance is that Dwight needs to commit more when it comes to the moves, especially when he what that he does with his hands, because he's almost there. He's reaching heights, and then he's like falling flat, like not falling flat, but like falling short, because he like really extends and then like really cuts the move a little bit short, just like 1 second too short. And like as I said, I see the potential, and those little things are really gonna help him shine if he really commits to those movements with the arms. But other than that, I really enjoyed this dance. I you could just see the joy beaming out of his face, just so much joy, and I loved it so much. And when his children came in to hug, I was just I I I think also what we need to take into account for me is that yesterday was a lot of emotions for me, and I was like I felt a lot of like emotions before watching this. So I was feeling a little bit under the weather already, and I was feeling like very numb as to a lot of emotions. And so this was one of those moments where I felt something. I That numbness left my body for that one quick second, and I felt joy and I felt just this emotion. And so I truly do gotta give him that credit. Like, he did make me feel something, and not a lot of people did that today. Like, it made me feel as much as I wanted them to feel, because, as I said, I was feeling a lot yesterday and I was feeling a little bit numb. So Dwight really brought that emotion out of me, and so I really gotta commend him for that. KaMorian, you muted,
You're
darling,
muted,
darling,
Kamora.
darling.
Oh my God, my inner saboteur is myself. Uh, yes, I was gonna say definitely his best dance since for me, ever since that slip up. I think this is the dance he's found up for me back on track where he was in the first 2 weeks. I always say I really love this because think about it. This was a song he made for his kids. You know what I mean. So this is meaningful. So I definitely saw him really. He did a very decent job for me. Like thing is we had let someone do a song that what they did is meant for their children, what it meant for them. I feel like that's when they actually really gave it their all, and he did. I would say a little more with the hands of fluidity. It could have been better. It's still a little bit sticky, a little bit, but it's definitely an improvement. But I would say my favorite part is when the stars started falling down, beautiful, and then the kids coming in. That was just a good, perfect ending. But definitely, I was like he kind of needs to get caught back up because he's now. I think he is. I think the lowest scoring overall now. I think so. So, because I think it's think about it. The first 2 weeks he was kind of like the top scorers like so far. He was kind of like a front runner in the first 2 weeks, and we can see how just one dance changes your placement in the competition. But hopefully he can get caught back up. But I think he's in good hands for sure. But definitely an improvement for next week. A little more work, but definitely improvement. I'm proud of the white. It was a nice dance.
It was so beautiful. I love this dance. I love the meaning behind the dance. I love the song that he picked for this dance. Something so personal that you do for your children. You don't usually express that to the world and put that out there. But the fact that he did that and to have them come out, I think this is a beautiful dance for him and Daniela to come back to show that he can still be a part of this competition, and I love that for him. Does he still have some improvements to go? Absolutely. I feel like he definitely needs to commit more into the studio and dance and just really go for it. But I know that's hard because he's a family man and got all those kids. You got to take care of those kids. So it's kind of hard for him to commit to all of that. And I get it, but if he just takes that time, like you said, extend the arm all the way out until you don't pull it back in so quick. I agree with you on that. It was the little he just needs to do inches step, a little step here with the technique. But this made me feel, Eduardo, I'm with you. This made me feel. He is not the best dancer out there. He's not the most technically trained, the most technically skilled, but he made me feel. And for that, he will get a score that just for me, it's just for how you make me feel. So scores.
I'm gonna give it a 7. Actually, you know what? A 7.5. It wasn't a 7. It was almost an 8. So a 7.5. Point five dot dot.
For me, it was an eight. I think it was good. I felt the emotion, but those little things.
I also gave him an 8. I was like, it's just really, he made me feel. And the little things didn't matter to me after a while. It was just like, I don't care. That was just super sweet. I was about to give him a 9, but I was like, Lana, be realistic here. You
Yeah,
still got to be realistic.
I
Mhm.
in the same boat here. I was like,
I was
he
like,
was one of the only ones that
Mhm.
made me feel, but
make
at the
me
same
feel, but I
time,
gotta be
I
realistic.
gotta be
Mhm.
realistic.
Gotta be
Mhm.
realistic.
I gotta hold it back.
I gotta pull it back. Phaedra also doing a rumba. I will go first on this one.
Okay.
Go first, Lana.
I thought this was a good dance for Phaedra. I really. did. But the same thing we were talking about, the white, is the same thing I need with Phaedra. She did better with her arms this time. She actually extended her arms. She was my problem is her hips. I need her to move the hips in a more flowy kind of way because I feel like it's very stilted and she's doing the movements and then she'll pull it back and she'll stand straight up. And I need that rumba. The rumba move needs to be, very figure eight kind of kind of flowy when your movements, and I feel like her movements are very stilted a little bit. So she's going, she's bringing, she's coming back, and then she stands up straight. And I think her and Val's connection needs to be a little bit more. I feel like they're doing the things that they're supposed to do, but I feel like the connection is a little disconnected, a little bit. Like I don't want them to look like, oh, I think they're doing something like they're a couple. I just want the chemistry, the dancing chemistry to be there. And I don't feel it. I feel like it's a little, mother son type of, hey, or my friend, hey, my friend, we just friend. It's not any connection that I feel like on that dance floor. And I need them to get it or she's gonna go. And I don't want her to go. But I thought she looked beautiful. The dance was beautiful. I liked who she dedicated it to. I thought it was. I thought this was one of her better dances. I just needed a skosh more. KaMorian, you go next.
Yeah, this is her best dance. I felt like she finally worked with the arms. Thank God. I will agree with the more of the what you just said. Not gonna repeat myself, but I would say I really thought she really took her time. I feel like, and my thing is, she knows to perform, but I feel like she tries to rush the movement so quickly that she always struggles with her arms and mess up with the turning and the like just kind of the transition for each move because she's trying to rush it but not fully like hitting every line. You know what I mean? That makes sense. But I feel like she did hit the lines more, a little more work, but I felt it was just so just a beautiful routine and just seeing her mother and her kids and to see her so emotional. This is actually the first time I kind of witnessed Rachel being emotional ever. This is the first time even witnessing her being emotional. So it was just really to see that side of her and just like, to see how much her mom means to her. It was just a beautiful routine. I'm glad I almost cried. She cried too. Fairy almost got me too. Whew.
I mean, I don't know how much I can add because y'all truly said everything that I really wanted to say. Like Lana, you said it perfectly. I was gonna say it. These like Val and Phaedra just feel like they're friends dancing with each other, and it doesn't really have that chemistry that I really want them to have. Because at this point, everyone else I think has much better chemistry. Even like Dwight has better chemistry with his partner, and I feel like that's a problem here. Uh, but and also like as both of you have said, she has this issue with like finishing her moves and transitioning into the next move. Like she, like you said, Lana, she kind of like does the move and stops, and then does the next move and stops. And so there needs to be a fluidity of I'm doing the move and now I'm transitioning into the other move. And so she did a really good job overall. And I also think that Fedora is at a point in where I kind of want to see her do a little bit more complicated choreo. Like I feel like she can handle just a little bit more complicated choreo and to really like try to like put that fire under her to really see what she can do because I've said it several times. There is a lot of potential here. She just like I feel like if we give her a little bit more complicated choreo, she's gonna have to grow and she's gonna have to fix those little issues that she has with the finishing of her moves. So I think if we like really do that, she'll really get to the point where I want her to be.
Absolutely. I think Phaedra's a little guarded. And so she doesn't put her walls down enough to connect. I think that's her problem. And I feel like that's a lot of uh, older black women. We tend to be a little guarded when it comes to doing things because that's how we've been taught our whole life. So I feel like she's a little guarded. and she needs to break them down a little bit so she can have that connection with Val. And but I don't know. That's just me. Scores though.
8.
8.
8. Work.
Yay!
We agree.
We agree.
Now here's where I have the situation and the problems.
Lord.
Because this was not a horrible dance. It's just where they placed this dance. Why would you put this dance right after Derek and Haley? What the heck were y'all thinking production? Like you literally set them up for the failure that we already was asking for in the first place. Like I think y'all production knew the fans didn't like them that much. And y'all set them up to go after maybe one of the best dances we've seen on television to do this salsa. I really like, oh my God, production, y'all are wrong. And like Derek should have started the show or ended the show. Y'all saw the dance, y'all saw them rehearse. You knew how emotional it was. So you knew this shouldn't been in the middle of nothing. This should have ended the night or started us off. Like you can't put this in the middle and then expect somebody who is not Derek and Haley to go behind Derek and Haley and then, boy, I tell you, if I was Brooks and Gleb, I would have been pissed fire mad and I would have walked off. I'm like, no, y'all not doing this to me. No, thank you. Absolutely not. Because was this a
Lord.
bad dance? No, it wasn't a bad dance, but it looked like a bad dance coming after Derek and Haley. That's all I got to say about it. Y'all
I
take it
mean,
from here.
yeah, I said it once we talked about Derek and Haley. Everything that came after like felt worse, and like Brooks really like basically it was a slap in the face to Brooks. Because Lord, I've said it. Brooks is a good dancer. Brooks is an actual good dancer with a lot of potential. And this dance just proves to me that like Brooks just got really screwed over by her partner because like saw improvements, I saw like really good things in this dance, especially from Brooks. But I'm so tired of the sexy. I'm annoyed. It feels forced. I'm just like, can we make it stop? Can we make it stop? And then it came after Derek and Haley, and like this just basically like this made this dance look horrible, and like it is a disservice to Brooks because Brooks did a good job, but I am tired. I'm sick and tired of how sexy. I told Lana before this recording, like there's like a point where like have you met those people that are like so sexual and try so hard to be sexy to the point where they're like not sexy and like you're like oh no I don't like this is kind of gross I take it away. That's how I started to feel about Brooks and Glad. Like I don't want to see any more sexy. I am so done. I am so sick and tired. Like I'm not enjoying this at this point.
Well, looks like production. This said the storyline has run stale. It has a run stale. It has shed its course. But yeah, that was just wow. But I will say, I would say though. I'm glad her sisters was there. I'm glad there were her sisters, but I'm like it was just the wrong dance at the wrong order. I feel like her and Chandler should have swapped places, in my opinion. Like, Shannon would have kept the emotional thing going with her mom. That would have made more sense going from Haley and Derek to Shannon talking about her mom. That would have made even crap. You would have put Danny at the Hurricane Daily. That would have been top performance back to back top performances. That would have been more better than that. But you know what I mean? That was crazy. This is her best dance personally. But you know what I mean? the wrong time, wrong place. Is all I'm gonna say. Wrong time and wrong place, indeed.
Truly, that's the best way to describe it. Wrong time, wrong place.
Mm.
I scores, y'all. Let's get to the scores, y'all. Because I don't
Mhm.
even.
I won't be like Dwight and give it. It was still good, but I mean, I don't know. The way they put it in the show, it just kind of pissed me off a little bit. So I'm sorry that I'm kind of underscoring in the end. You know, you did good, but it was a 7.5. I'm sorry, you just got set up, and it made me not like the dance anymore. 7.5, 7.5.
I am sick. I am tired. And then this coming after Derek. I'm
Uh-oh.
gonna do something that's never been done before. I am pleading this dance.
Oh,
I don't want to score this dance. I am not
oh,
doing all that. I am
Wait,
pleading this dance.
wait,
Absolutely the
wait.
fuck not.
So it's a
oh.
zero.
It's
Is it
pretty
zero?
much a
Zero.
zero.
I'm
Oh,
done. I am tired. I am
Oh,
sick.
oh.
oh,
I can't stand this
oh,
anymore. I am done. I am done.
oh.
He
Okay.
has had it officially. He
I
has
have
had it
had it
officially.
officially. I
He has
am
had
up
it
to
officially.
here. I am up to here. And then after yesterday, after everything that happened yesterday, I was pissed.
Ugh.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh,
so well, Julie, we got our first zero of the season because
Mm.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna quickly put my seven and put it away. That's it. It's so frustrated. Yes, I am frustrated with them and the stands and everything. It was okay.
I'm literally
Joey,
shaking. I am literally shaking.
Mm.
Joey is here.
Mm.
Let's get back our time.
Yeah,
Cleanse our
can
palate.
can can I be the
Yes,
one to
please
talk about
cleanse your
Joey?
palate with
Cause
Joey,
cause I need to
Eduardo.
go from like my worst dance to my favorite dance of the night. Ah, Lord, they really set them up. They really set them up. And like this going after Brooks, this Joey's the best male celeb that we have at this point, and he is maybe one of the best celebs, period, that we have at this point. Full on. Like at this point, like I didn't expect when we started the season for me to be rooting for Joey, but I am rooting for Joey. I want Joey to win this season. I want Joey and Chandler to be those top two. Such good chemistry. This just this shows you how to do sexy without it being forced, without it being too much. Truly, no notes. Incredible dance. There was chemistry there. It felt sensual and really well done. Just the dance was absolute perfection. 10 out of 10. Love this dance. Incredible. Well done. Incredible.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Joey has really been, as I said, he's really been the surprise this season for me. He has continuing to get better and better as the weeks go by. This was definitely a really good meeting as well. There was a lot. It was overall very amazing routine. I would say one thing I felt that something it was a little
Oh, Lord.
look. One thing he kind of think it was one little error, just one little error. But apart from that, it was still all a good routine. It was just one little error for me. I think Carrie Ann covered it a little bit, but I think she kind of went in too deep. It wasn't that bad, but she made it feel like it was bad. That was she got booed. But like I agree with Karen we're saying, but just a little bit. She said it was a lot. It was just a little bit, but it was still a good dance. Amazing dance.
I love this dance. I'm with you, Eduardo. No notes. No notes. It was good. I think Joey is one of the best male dancers that they've had on this show. Period. Full stop. That's the tweet. And I'm very shocked by that. I didn't know this man before. I know him now, and I am a fan of him as a dancer. If he decides to finish this show and just keep dancing, I, I wouldn't mind. I think he would kill it because he's so good. He's good. He just has it. He just has it. And Jenna is the perfect person to be with him at this point. It's so good. Of course.
I'm gonna give it a 9. It was a 9 for me.
Going from a 0 to a 10 real quick.
I'm right there with you. I thought this was fantastic. It's all about how you make me feel, and Joey made me feel all warm and tingly inside. Period.
Mhm.
Alona, Alona, love her so much. Can I just go and say I love this woman so much? She, this is what I wanted from her. She is giving me everything that I wanted her to do. She's showing that no matter what size and how muscular and how big you are or whatever, you can still be sexy because this rumba was sexy. The only thing I had a problem with was at the end when she didn't straighten her legs out when they were doing the swing and she had them curved. I was like, straighten that leg out, girl. Just straighten the leg out and point that toe. You have to hold it and do it while he's, taking you around. But other than that, I thought this dance was beautiful. I thought it was so endearing and sweet, and I was like, "Uh, oh, I just love her. I just want to tell her how much I love her. Like, love this woman. It love her. That's it. I gotta move on.
Come on, you should probably go because I did go first last time.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, Leona's my girl. Alex my man. So I mean, I was so proud of them. Like this scene, like let me tell you, like I feel like out of everybody, I mean, I'm not saying everybody wants this a lot. So like I said, that, but for me, Lona has shown me for someone she wants this so bad. Like you can tell how much she is hungry. Okay, you think about it. She's an athlete. You know, when we come out, when you're an athlete when you want to win, not like saying like being cocky, but when you want something so bad, you want to work hard for it. She is a hard worker, probably one of the most hard working women I had ever witnessed in my entire life. Like the seeing her, like you can tell last week hit her hard, even during the package, like where her and I had that talk. You can tell it hit her heart, but guess what? She came back, and she was a strong woman, and she let go, and it was one of the most breathtaking moments for night. To me, this is my second favorite, apart from Danny's, like one of like the most guy moments of the night. She to me the most improved in this the week. She's back right bound like back on track, and to me, in my opinion, this dance for me set her spot at least. I feel like this is her dance to the finale. I'm just saying this to dance to the finale. To me, she has really been improving as a dancer and also as a person. Like I feel like I feel like for me, out of everyone so far, to me, she's giving me the most journey. Like I mean, a true that's what the stars journey out of everybody. Just like you know what, you can start off with no confidence, come back strong, get better, and then once like this had that one moment that kind of like push you down, but then you get back up and you conquer. And she's a conqueror in this competition. So I'm proud of you, Lola. Keep going strong. You do it for all the girls out there. I'm so proud of you, Lola. And Alan, what an amazing partner. What I love about Alan, when it comes to any partner he has had, he is such an understanding person. He understands. He's an uplifter. That's what I love. He's such a great person, and what he does with his pros, and what he does with his celebs and his teaching, he creates magic. So amazing job.
I first of all, this dress, this dress,
This freaking dress.
this dress
Oh,
is so pretty.
oh,
I want that dress. I want that dress, and I don't
I
even
want
wear
that dress
dresses.
too.
I want that dress. Oh, oh Lord, Lord, Ilona's making me question things about myself. Lord, I mean, Ilona really has maybe one of the best chemistries with her partner. Like seeing them not only in the actual dance, but seeing them out of the dance and seeing how well they get along with each other and how much respect and how much like they just like really like each other like as people, and you can tell that when they're dancing as well. And like I adore that. That's one of my favorite things that I've seen. And like KaMorian, you're so right. Lana is just giving us truly the best journey that we've gotten so far. She really gives journey. This dance was really good. Such a huge improvement from last week, because even last week wasn't bad, but this week was such a huge improvement. And Ilona just keeps growing and growing and growing, and I just keep getting excited to see her. And I felt like that one like teammate that she had, the blonde one that was just sobbing her eyes out when she finished her dance. That's how I felt when I was watching this dance. I was like, absolutely, yes, I am so proud of this. And yes, are there like slight tweaks that need to be made? Yes. But Iona is growing so much, and I'm appreciating everything that she's doing, and she's getting more confident and more fluid with her motions, and I am so excited to see what she brings out like next. And I'm truly hoping to see them on finale night, because I see the improvement and I really want it. I really want to see it.
Of course.
You're muted, darling. Darling, you're muted.
Inner saboteur. You're sabotaging
Okay.
yourself.
Okay. This means I'm tired. My score is a 8.5 dot dots.
You see, for me, the 8.5s turned to 9s.
Same with me. 9. If I'm gonna give you 8.5, I might as well give you a 9.
Yeah, might as well.
Last
Mm.
but definitely not least is Jen. So we're gonna let KaMorian go since he's so tired, so he don't sabotage himself anymore and mute himself.
Yes, let's go, KaMorian.
Yes, Jen did a very beautiful job. Like to me, I think Jen is to me, I think she's gonna be the dark horse of this competition. She has seriously has gotten better. Like she has improved in every single dance that she has danced in. Like Leah from the first week, like I can tell how much she has improved. I would say there were some there were a lot of good moments in this routine, but there was some time when she was like I think she was really gliding very well, and then it went from gliding to dragging, and I think she needs to work on that, maintaining that gliding and the footwork and the dance. So it kind of feel like it's kind of like she's being dragged a bit, like not like forcing it. Just let it be smooth. Just hold. I understand. Like I know when you're in frame, you must retain that position the entire time. So I know your arms are hurting anyway, but just hold it and let it glide. Don't end up him dragging you. But Michael, I was kind of scared. I can't remember. I was watching a clip, and he was trying to make it like do like this backflip. So I remember telling you, everyone on social media was like going crazy. It was like don't tell me you're gonna make her do a backflip in this foxtrot, and then thank God, like, oh, he didn't do it. He didn't have no crazy stuff in the routine. I was like, whew, okay, thank you for giving us just a foxtrot. But yeah, definitely, I think some improvement. I think a little moments she could have worked better on, but for that, like, it was still a beautiful routine, and she's going in the right direction. I really see them making at least like top five semifinals. I think it's gonna be a close. It's gonna hurt like going forward with all these eliminations because like you're not sure it's anybody's game at this point. So anything can happen. But I think she's really going in the right direction. Plus her fans are like a strong fan base. So I see them like being a finalist or top five. I see them making it that close, but we have to wait and see. Everyone votes. You know what I mean? But yeah, definitely right direction.
Yeah, I think both Jen and Sasha are really starting to lock in and starting to really grow, and it's starting to grow in me. I Sasha is finally doing like actual good choreo and giving Jen really good choreo. I will say though, I my biggest critique with this dance is a little bit of the choreo, because I think the choreo was good and there were good moments here, but I feel like it would have looked better if it was a little bit more stripped back. I feel like there were a lot of moments where it felt like Sasha was like pulling Jen, like dragging her arm or pulling her arm, or like really going kind of a little bit too fast for what this dance could be, because I feel like if this dance was just the tiniest bit like stripped back and like taking it a little bit easier, it would have looked even better. I think sometimes less can be more, and I think with this dance, less would have been a little bit more. So that's truly my only critique. Jen is growing and is like, I'm seeing a lot more potential in her. And as I said, I think last week, Sasha just really needs to keep consistent with good choreo, and Jen will consistently grow with the choreo. And if that keeps happening, I could see them making the finale. So we just need consistency here.
I think this is a. I think I like them. I like them because I think they actually like each other, not just I want to get in your pants, but I kind of actually do like you. So that chemistry that they have shows, and I think last week and this week I enjoyed how much they're growing together, and I enjoy how much she is growing as a dancer. I liked it. I do agree with you. I felt like he was leading her a little bit more than needed to, and I felt like she was falling a little bit behind. So he felt he needed to lead her and pull her in these it just felt a little manic in some spots, but overall, I thought it was a good dance. I thought they looked good doing it, and I enjoyed it. I was kind of like, "You dedicating this to Taylor Swift? Okay, whatever. Interesting, but sure. Any way to get in Taylor Swift's radar, I guess." Uh, but I thought this was a decent dance. It wasn't. I don't think it was her best dance because I think that was last week because that was really really good. But I think this was good, still solid, still enough to keep her in this competition for a little few more weeks, in my opinion. So, source and KaMorian, you're muted, so unmute yourself.
Mhm. So my score would have been a solid 8.
It's a solid 8.
It's a very solid 8 for me too.
Ooh.
Mm.
Oh, I just wrote all over it, but it was an 8. I just wrote a
It felt
bunch of
like
numbers
an
on
8
it.
with an I. Don't worry about
An
it.
8 with an 8 with
With
a
a,
swivel 8.
with a
It's
little
like,
I.
uh, but eliminated this week. I think we will all be happy to say and happy to know for us on this here panel, we asked for this last week. We got our wish. Brooks and Gleb are gone.
War
But
is over.
but let's talk about the elephant in the room. This girl was gooped and gagged. No,
She was
like I
gagged that
literally
they were gone.
no. But
Delusion.
no,
Delusion. Convince yourself. Like,
actually, I was actually nervous because it was Chandler and the
Hmm.
white left. So I was like, uh oh. Cause let me tell you, 'cause I remember what happened to Brandon last year. You can tell you, Brandon got
Brandon was
PTSD.
panicking.
No,
Brandon
Brandon
was
was
Brandon
freaking
has been in
out.
this situation before, and
Yes,
he has gone home. So
he
I
is
absolutely
freaking
understood
out.
the
no
fear
like
and the anger on his face.
n- no. It literally happens to him all the time. It's like the middle weeks
Hmm.
of the copper. Like he always least survives like the first 3 weeks early. He makes it past the early weeks, but
Yep,
like once it gets to those mids, is it's kind of
he
scary.
gets
But
out.
I think actually I was so proud last year. He actually beat his curse. Couldn't tell you his highest place was ninth place. So Lele actually got him to eighth place. So that was the farthest he's been in the competition. So, but it was still in the middle of competition. So I'm praying that the curse. I feel like if he makes it past the next middle weeks of the competition, he broke his curse. He won't be cursed no more.
Yeah, I think he will be fine.
But
Uh,
like, girl, with Brooklyn, let me tell you, what Brooklyn's like, it's like Brooklyn's like, I'm God. Like I thought I was gonna win the whole thing. I'm like,
did
um,
you?
As I
I'm
Did
said,
like,
you?
but
delusion.
Delusion
Convince
is
yourself.
great.
I'm like, Gleb, did you not tell her? Did you not tell her? Let's just
Yeah, like did
Did you?
Gleb not
Have you not been reading the critiques? Have you not been on social media at
yeah.
all to see
Did
the
Gleb
people
not
don't like
like teach her that it's always a possibility that you're gonna go home? Like it doesn't matter how well you do. Like I'm still triggered by
it?
that one time that like Willow got tense on her dance and then immediately went home afterwards. Like did he not warn her that this was a possibility?
I mean, did she not see uh Christina Milian get tens and go home? Did she not see uh Chris, did she not see Normani and Zendaya
Hmm.
and what's the girl's name? The girl from Glee, the other girl from Glee, who played
Heather.
Brittany, Heather Morris. Did you not see how great they were doing, and they still went home?
Hmm.
Like,
And
girl,
then later she posted TikTok saying that she wished Glenn had judged, like
she
was in
wished
the
Lynn
judging
would.
panel. Like she said,
No,
like
Girl, you didn't want Lynn on that judging panel because Lynn would have been like, "This
no,
no, no, no,
fluff
like
that
no,
y'all
no, no,
no
doing."
from
not
last Gene. Sorry, my
Gene,
bad.
Oh,
Gene.
she wanted
I
Jean to be the judging panel.
I never want to think about that man, so I got his name confused. She said like, "Oh, too bad Gene wasn't a judge this episode," and I was like,
Cause,
girl,
cause she
girl,
know,
there's the
cause
door,
she
there's
know
the
why
door."
she know the only reason she got a 9 or the 10 that he wanted to give her was because she cute and he wanted to put her in the bed. He wanted to sleep with her. That's the only reason she got that high score, and she know that. So of course she won't G. I thought she meant
Yeah,
Lynn. I about to say you did not want Lynn
no,
judging you
but I
because
will
Lynn would have
say,
been like that
Oh, Lenny
16
would have
count of fluff.
destroyed them from like week
Lynn would have been
three.
like, that 16 count of fluff that y'all giving us before the dance. I don't want to see that no more. I don't want to
but
see that.
but I will say actually I got my prediction right for my preseason. I said she would place ninth because I was said like going into this, I think she will do well, but she does not have the fan base. But I didn't know it was the opposite. It was because we were just tired of her showmance with Gleb, the fake
Mhm.
showman shit. But I was right about the ninth place though. But actually, the first five that has went home, I have been right about. But I will say I got Anna and Tori swapped out with Reggie and Erica. I said Reggie and Eric were the first two to go, but it was actually it was just the opposite. It was just they switched places, Tori and Anna.
Mhm.
But my first four went home quickly and Brooke went home. So
So
I was right with the prediction so far
So
who
who you
went
think you
home.
going home next then, Mr.
Um
Nostradamus?
I was gonna
well
say, so you're a savant.
well, I might
Uh-huh.
be.
It's like,
I think next week, I think I might be wrong with this one because I think after this week, he definitely. I don't think he's going home next week after what happened this week. But I did put Danny and Whitney at eighth place because I was kind of wasn't sure how he was
yeah,
gonna
no, that
do.
ain't going on.
I mean, I was like in
It's
the beginning,
possible still. I'm not
it
even
is
gonna lie.
possible, but I would say it was like the first 2 weeks. I'd be like, yeah, eighth place, I see it. But after tonight, I was like, oh no, oh wait, oh no, oh no way, Jose, no way,
Yeah, I think it's
Jose.
gonna be Dwight.
I mean, I don't think it should be Danny. I think it, like, out
I
of
think it's
all
probably
of
gonna
the
be Dwight.
dancers, it
Yeah,
should
the
be
white.
Dwight. But like, I still see it as a possibility because like, I don't know how many fans Danny has received overall. Like, I don't know if like this one really good dance is gonna be enough to really bring that wave of votes to
Yeah.
his side, but maybe it will, and I hope that it is,
Mm-hmm.
because this
Yeah.
was a really good dance, and I want to
Man, I
keep
don't know how
seeing it
many
grow.
football fans are watching Dancing with the
Right.
Stars and
Yeah, that's what I
voting, so I
mean.
don't know.
No,
I
that's
don't
literally
know.
me. Cause my goal is, if I don't have a fan base like these other people are, I'm making sure I'll make sure I'm gonna give the best dance of the night every week I'm in a competition because I don't feel safe with the fan, but I'll make sure I get a high score every week. So at least that score gonna help me safe. Okay, I don't care. I gotta fight my way to the finale. At least get that high score, cause maybe. Cause I was scared about Shayna when her scores dropped. I was like, cause I think she's not the most popular with the most out of everybody else. So when her scores dropped, I got nervous. I kind of got nervous. I was like, let me vote. Let me spam vote today.
I mean, I think what's going on, but I think the difference with Chandler and let's say Danny, she knows how to use the power of social media way better because
Mhm.
she is everywhere. Her and Brandon are doing the same thing Alona and uh, Alan is doing. Like the social media presence between these people is
Hmm.
what's keeping them, and I think that's what helped Reggie in
Thank
the
you,
first week.
Riley.
Like because Emma was killing it on the socials, and people were falling in love with him.
Mhm.
Chandler and Brandon are doing the same thing. Alona is doing the same thing with Alan, and even Riley and Steven are doing really good with that.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what I was gonna bring up. Riley really changed the game last week, like not last week, last season, because she really introduced the idea of bringing that social media presence into like the people that are voting, and like the reason why she stayed so long last season was because she was able to like do such good social media and such good had such good presence there that it helped her get through several weeks, because we know a lot of people didn't like her partner, and
Right.
so like it that's I think she really has changed the game
Mm-hmm.
as to like what's possible, and I think that Chandler is following that really well. I don't
Right.
think Danny's doing as great a job
Right.
as
You don't see
I
him
would
as
like him to
often,
do.
but that's where we're going to end it. We're going to leave it there. We appreciate you all sticking around and watching us and taking the time to check us out. Let us know in the comment section below who you think is going home next, who you want to see win. Let us know your thoughts about Dance with the Stars and let us know what you're thinking and who you're excited to watch. We'll be back next week to talk more. I think next week is Disney night.
Disney
Yeah.
night.
So I'm
I,
very excited about that.
Yeah, we already have the
We're-
dances and the songs, so I'm
I'm
excited.
super excited about Disney
mm,
night. Disney night's one of my favorites.
I'll wear my Mickey ears next week, or I'll wear my little Stitch cap next week. I get these five next week. I'm gonna
Well,
do it.
period. We love that. But we'll be back next week to talk more Dance with the Stars. And hit all the buttons. You know the thing. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. Follow us. All of our other links in the description below. Our audio podcast links. All the other channels for all of our YouTube channels. Our socials at the Cut Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, as well as all of us. If you just want to follow us on Twitter, there we are. We're down there. And if you keep scrolling down, you can get the link for your merch. Get your cup merch, period. And we're gonna get out of here. So cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Cheers.